Everett sucks! Everett sucks! Woo! Alright. Alright. How's it going, everyone? As you can see, I am pretty pumped up over that nice Seattle 5-0 victory in game number 5 against the Everett Silvertips. Very, very happy. Okay, so before we recap the game, got a couple things that I need to get off my chest. First off, Canuck. First off, even though I won the series, not going to lie, I was really hoping it would go at least 6 games. You know, we talked about it when we were at the Ram, when we were at game 1, that we wanted it to go deep. We wanted to go at least 6, possibly 7. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. T-Birds stole the first 2 games. They earned the third one. I know we had that conversation earlier today online. Excuse me. Tips just dominated game 4. But the T-Birds were lucky enough to get the first 2 games, and that basically set the tone for the entire series. So, usually I'm not nitpicky on how my team wins, but for your sake, I'm sorry it did not go 6 games. Secondly, Canuck. It's T-shirt time for you. Yeah, that's right. Canuck and I had a little bet, and the bet was this. Well, first off, actually, Canuck, congratulations on winning one of our beer bets. We went to 2 games, and I won the first beer bet. You won the second one, so at least you got a beer out of the series. All right, so this was the bet for the series, though. By the way, my victory beer tonight is Sneak Attack by 21st Amendment. Nice brewery down in San Francisco, California. I would be drinking something from Seattle, but this is what was in my fridge. So anyway, so the bet was that whoever lost this series has to go out and buy the winning teams a T-shirt of the winning team, and they have to write somewhere on the shirt, winning team 2014 WHL playoffs. Winning team defeats losing teams, and then the count. So Canuck, you have to write on a Seattle Thunderbirds T-shirt, 2014 WHL playoffs. Seattle Thunderbirds defeats Everett Silvertips 4-1 or 4-1, however you want to do it. You have to sign it. You have to put it on Facebook, and then next year when we hit up our Everett Seattle game, you got to wear it in the stadium. And watching you, I mean, and yeah, you said, okay, you know, you said a good game, and that was cool, and you got to say, well, at least you get to ring your cowbell. Yeah, but how awkward is it going to be you ringing a cowbell with the Seattle Thunderbirds shirt on? Oh, man. I really thought I was going to lose that bet. I really did. I proposed the bet, but, you know, you got to do something. And, man, I was completely wrong about this series. I really was. I predicted the Silvertips would win this series 4-2. I thought that, I thought that they were just riding high in the playoffs, winning 9 of their last 10 games. T-Birds were kind of going like this. They were able to clinch the fourth seed and home ice advantage in the first round until we played Everett, basically. But I really thought the Tips were going to win this series. I really thought the Tips were going to win the series. So, good series, Canuck. Make sure you take care of the T-shirt bet. And I'm already looking forward to next year. The T-Birds are already, going to the next round, and we'll talk about that later on. But I'm already looking forward to seeing our Everett Silvertips Seattle Thunderbirds game. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to take pictures of that T-shirt, particularly with your signature on it. Oh man, it's gonna be great. So anyway, that's the first thing. Second thing. I normally don't trash talk in videos. I used to. I did it like a long time ago. I'm going to do a little trash talking right now. Why? Because the T-Birds won this series. Any Silvertip fans that come across here, I just want to let you know that you wanted this. That's right. You wanted your opportunity to take on the Seattle Thunderbirds in the playoffs. And I understand that we're 2 teams. We're 2 loyal fan bases. There's probably an opportunity to take us on again, and heck, you might even win. You might even win the next time we play against each other. But for the last 11 years, the number one thing you have wanted is to meet Seattle in the postseason. You wanted a shot at the old school team compared to you guys, the upstart team. This is your result. I hope you are happy. I hope you're happy. And you know what? If we meet again in the postseason and you guys win, that's okay. That's okay. And here's the reason why. When I think of the Everett Silvertips, this is what I think of. I think of them going to the WHL finals in 2003, 2004, and getting swept by the Minnesota Tigers, and them helping Seattle miss the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. I think of Zach Hamill's between the legs goal. I think of there was another game where Peter Mueller tied it with 1.1 seconds, game went overtime, and Tips ended up winning it. I think of how the Silvertips were the best team in the WHL one year, despite losing in the second round to Prince George. I think of two games that I've gone to. One, Everett just blew Seattle out of the water. And, of course, Josh Winquist's game-winning goal against Brandon Glover. You know, I know I may have referenced these games before, but this is what I think of when I think about the Everett Silvertips. I mean, I hate Portland first. I do. I hate Portland first. I always will hate Portland. But, man, Everett's just been a thorn in Seattle's side for such a long period of time. And regardless of whatever happens now, we can at least say that we beat you guys the first time we met. And that's something that you guys, you fans, cannot take away from us. You can ring your cowbells galore. You can say Seattle still sucks when they come out of the penalty box like you do, which is fine. But at the end of the day, 2014 goes to us. Okay? This year, we were the better team. We were the better team along I-5 in Washington. Can't say I-5 because Portland is down south in Portland, in Oregon. But we were the better hockey team along I-5. Heck, I'll go even further. We were the better hockey team along Highway 99. Okay? Which is a state highway that borders I-5, okay? We are the better team this year, okay? No matter how much you sugarcoat it, we are the better team. So, like I said at the preview video, best team won. Best team won. Okay, so now let's recap this wonderful game. Unfortunately, I did miss it. I did. And I got a little nervous. I ended up going to a small charity concert tonight. Took during the game. I got a little scared. Heard the beginning of it on the radio when Brandon Truk ended up leaving the game for a little bit with the injury. He ended up coming back for Seattle, scoring 2 goals. The intermission, the score was 2-0 in the third period, and then in the third period, and then Seattle just erupted with 3 more goals. They, for the first time in this series, outshot Everett 31-24. Thank you. Thank you. Everett had outshot us in every single game except for the series clincher. Again, Seattle gets 2 goals by Brandon Truk. They got a great performance with Taran Kozin. His first playoff shutout, 24 shots, 24 saves. Austin Lotz, his first playoff series against Thunderbirds, didn't turn out so hot. He stops 26 out of 31 shots. What's very interesting, though, this game didn't have a lot of penalties. Only 3 penalties. One for Seattle and 2 for Everett, and neither team scored. Just basically that's all I have. Just a really, really fun night to be a Seattle Thunderbirds game. Heck, I'll even do this. Stars of the game, Brandon Truk, Taran Kozin, and Scotty Enzer. All from the Seattle Thunderbirds. Stars of the game. Key to the series goaltending. Taran Kozin stole game 1 and 2 and gave his team an opportunity to win this series. The guy is hot right now. And that's one of the reasons why I'm optimistic going into the next round, because I know it's going to be a tall task against the Kelowna Rockets, but when you got hot goaltending in the playoffs, things can happen. And we saw that in this series. So Seattle ends up winning 5-0, Game 5, clinches the series. No more hockey for Everett. You can take your cowbells, go back north, and you can sit there and wait until next season. Although I will say this, as much as I don't like Everett, if Everett won this series, I would have been upset, but I would have been happy for the people in Oso. because Everett, that probably would have been something nice to rally around, give them a nice distraction from what's really going on in that area with the mudslides. But outside of that, that's really all I have. Cheers. T-Birds win. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. For the next series, I'll give you a preview series, but I'm also going to give kind of a WHL playoff video just to kind of recap what was going on. Because what I usually do when my teams make the playoffs is I talk about series, just mention them, and talk about what's happening around the leagues, and I happen not to do that this time around. So the next video I'll put out will be, I put up here on YouTube, will be just kind of a summary of what happened in the first round in the Western Hockey League. And then we're going to preview the T-Birds and the Kelowna Rockets, the team that beat us 4-3 last year and came back from a 0-3 deficit. And that was rough. That was rough. But that's a story for another day. Again, that's really all I have. Go Birds. Good series, Canuck. And, yeah, the better team won. The better team won. Go Birds. Fun night.